Okay, as you can see with this gun, it's actually not 3 pounds or 3.5 pounds as it seems to be quoted on a few websites. It's closer to 2 pounds 14 ounces, which is actually quite significant. I'm not sure where they get their numbers from, but this is what it looks like when it's folded up in stock condition. You can see the distance is about 17, well 16 in some portion when it's folded up properly. But right here, between there and there, it's actually about 9.5 inches. And the reason for that is the trigger assembly touches one of the rails, the bottom rail right there. And if you remove it, it's a simple mod, and it's non-destructive. You just unscrew 3 screws. Oops, you didn't see that in the camera, did you? Yeah, you just remove 3 screws on the bottom rail. All 4 rails look the same. They have 3 screws holding them down. Torque's 10, I think, T10. And all of a sudden, you can now squeeze it in closer, bringing it to a more realistic look. Plus, it shaves off half an ounce. Not that it matters. Down to 213 or something like that. But yeah, so there you go. Now you have a gun that's just under 7 inches right there, which makes it that much more compact and easier to put into a backpack if you're like me and you like backpacking. A few other things about this gun that were not mentioned. This gun has a half cock stage. What that means is when you actually I need to put my camera down. Okay, I'll try and do this by pushing up against whatever I can. Okay, right now when it's like this, if I go back a little bit, it actually is in half cock stage right now. I can see by looking at it. If you actually fire it, well, if you fire it, and that's fully loaded, okay, there you go. If you fire it, you can see the pin right there. Right there. And half cock is right there. Fully cocked, of course, is right like that. And with a gun like this, a single fire like this, you never dry fire it. You can dry fire a lot of semi-automatic or automatic guns because they're designed to handle it. This gun, no, you can't do that. But good thing is there's nothing up against it there. But in general, what's interesting about this is when you actually empty the shell from here, you go like this, it instantly puts it into a half cocked stage. So when you drop your shell in there and you load her up, it's half cocked, which means that the hammer cannot touch the shell. So it's like a safety feature. As a matter of fact, you can't, in a half cocked stage, you can't go like this, and the hammer is not able to move towards the shell casing to fire it. So it's actually a safety feature there that was not really mentioned. The only time it's able to do something is when you fully cock it. But you can't actually yeah, there you go, you can actually uncock it like that. And then you can tell it's a little bit looser. But yeah, that's just a weird thing that I noted. The rails weigh, actually, I took one of these rails off for my, I was going to put a sight on it, and I'll show you that in a bit. A scope, actually. The sights are nice. They use peep sights, as you can see. Can you see through there? Yeah, it's a nice peep sight. And they're great if you're over 50 like I am. And what else can I tell you about this gun that I thought was interesting? Yeah, the bullet thing down here. I actually put my bullets in face up. It's just a personal preference. I'll just show you roughly what I mean. But like that, because it's actually easier to remove a bullet when they're all stacked against each other with a pointy end up versus the other way around. But it's just a personal preference. And that is my, oh yeah, that's right, I was going to show you the scope deal. Okay, we'll do that next. And this is what the gun looks like with a scope attached. You can see it's just about under 3 pounds 3 ounces with the lens caps and a rubber band included. And you're playing with about just over 20 inches of gun length, which now it will not fit inside the pouch if you have a scope attached in. Usually scopes take a while to hook up or install. This one here, I had to do some routering onto the rails because this scope does not actually take the standard size rail. So I just threw it on a router table and planed it down a little bit. And let's see how well she shoots with a scope on it.
Here's a good example of the original split screen technology. As you can see, I'm using a mirror to cover up half of my camera phone view, and it's pointing back down at my car, which is 100 yards away. And the target, of course, is stuck on a tree right there. And I'm just hiking down right now to my car to take a shot, actually 5 shots. Okay, first of all, the paper is, I can't remember if I mentioned, 8.5 inches by 11 inches, very small, about the size of truck. What's he doing? Just taking a look. It's about the size of my hubcap, so it's a very small target when you start looking at distances and stuff like that. CCI stingers, could have used velocitors. It'd be a better selection. It's a heavier bullet, but CCI stingers are what I had, and they fly 1,640 feet per second. So by the time they hit the paper, they're just coming out of the sound barrier or the speed of sound. And I've always wondered, maybe somebody can answer this, if when a bullet travels through the sound barrier, if there's a sonic boom that comes up behind it and affects its accuracy. Because I kind of wondered, going beyond 100 yards, if you have the problem of that affecting the accuracy. Anyhow, this gun, it's kind of weird that they had somehow decided to say it was 3 pounds 6 ounces for the weight when, on the official website, and yet I've just weighed it out at 2 pounds 14 ounces. I'm not sure if it's because this is an American made gun, because it is. I think it's made in Ohio instead of Italy. I think is where the original guns are made. But anyhow, 2 pounds 14 ounces, that's quite a significant difference between their quoted numbers, and I know my scale is right, by the way. But when you think about it, how many guns with, let's say, 150 rounds of ammunition can you get that would actually total 4 pounds total? And that's what you'd get if you took 150 rounds of 22s plus this gun, and you said, oh, I'm a hiker or a backpacker or a prepper, and I only want 4 pounds to be designated for a gun and ammo. You could do it with this gun, and I'm not sure how many other guns you could do it with, and there are a few, but they are kind of expensive when they start getting to that range. Anyhow, this group of shots I'm about to do, I had been up and down this mountain a few times trying to adjust my scope so they're not going to all hit the black dot, because I adjusted a couple times. I don't know how to set up scopes. I'm not an expert with guns. So my 5 bullets are in a group based on where the sight was kind of off to the bottom right. Anyhow, the accuracy of this gun is better than what you're seeing here. I could do 75-yard 1-inch groups when I wasn't breathing heavy and my heart wasn't pumping quickly, when I had calmed down a little bit. But yeah, just going down the mountain trying to crack off 5 shots to do this video this way kind of created some inaccuracies. What else can I say? I like the gun. I think it's a great gun. I think it is definitely for backpackers or preppers, just because it's compact and light and it's accurate. I'd actually keep it in the original state, where it's just basically with its original sights, maybe remove the lower rail just so it folds up a little bit tighter, and I have no complaints with the gun. Hope you enjoy.